nurse who worked with dying patients was asked one question: what do people regret the most before they die? The answers were heartbreaking, and they might change how you live your life today. A palliative care nurse noticed a pattern. Many dying patients didn't regret not making more money. I wish I spent more time with my children. I wish I didn't work so much. I wish I had the courage to live the life I wanted. I spent my whole life building a business, but I forgot to build a life. Call your parents. Choose love over ego. Take care of your health. Don't postpone happiness. Live your own life, not society's. Because one day, the life you are living right now will become the life you regret or the life you're proud of. One of the most common regrets people express before dying is this: I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Think about that for a moment. From childhood, society begins writing a script for us. Go to school, get good grades, choose a safe career, make money, buy a house, retire. But very few people ever stop and ask, is this actually the life I want? There was a man named David. David spent 35 years working in a corporate office. Every morning he woke up at 6 a.m., sat in traffic, worked 10 hours, went home exhausted, and repeated the same cycle for decades. When he was younger, David loved painting. It was his passion, but people told him, art won't pay the bills. Be realistic. Get a stable job. So he ignored his passion. Years passed. The company grew. His salary increased. But something inside him slowly died. At the age of 72, lying in a hospital bed, David said something that broke his daughter's heart. He said, I spent my entire life building a career, but I never built the life I wanted. This is one of the most painful regrets, because money can be earned again, opportunities can come again, but time never returns. Many people believe happiness lives on the other side of wealth. They think, when I become rich, then I'll be happy. So they sacrifice everything: time, family, health, love, all in the pursuit of money. But something strange happens when people finally reach the top. They realize something shocking. Money solves problems, but it does not create meaning. There was a successful businessman named Richard. He built a company worth millions. Luxury cars, huge house, private vacations. From the outside, his life looked perfect. But during his final years, he admitted something painful. He said, I spent my life chasing money and forgot to chase happiness. His children barely spoke to him. His marriage ended years ago. He missed birthdays, school events, family dinners. In exchange for what? More zeros in a bank account. At the end of life, Richard said something unforgettable. He said, I traded moments for money, and now the moments are gone. This is the money illusion. Money is a tool, but when it becomes the purpose of life, it slowly steals everything that actually matters. One of the deepest regrets people express before dying involves family, especially parents. A man named Omar once shared his story. For years, his mother called him every evening, sometimes just to ask, Did you eat? Are you okay? Are you coming home this weekend? But Omar was always busy. Work, friends, meetings, life. Sometimes he ignored her calls. Sometimes he replied hours later. Sometimes he said, I'll visit next month. One day, he received a phone call from his sister. Their mother had passed away. Suddenly, all the missed calls meant something different. They weren't interruptions. They were moments. Moments he could never get back. Years later, Omar said something that many people feel too late. He said, I thought I had more time. This is a dangerous illusion. We believe people will always be there. But life doesn't guarantee tomorrow. One day, the phone will stop ringing, and you'll wish it rang one more time. Many people destroy their health while trying to build their success. Late nights, stress, fast food, no sleep, no exercise. They tell themselves, "I'll take care of my health later." But later sometimes never comes. A doctor once shared a heartbreaking story about a patient named Marcus. Marcus worked 16 hours a day running a startup. Energy drinks, junk food, no rest, no exercise. He ignored every warning sign his body gave him: chest pain, fatigue, stress. At the age of 42, Marcus had a severe heart attack. Lying in the hospital, he whispered something to the doctor. He said, "I thought I was sacrificing my health for success, but now I realize I sacrificed my life." Your body is not a machine. It's the vehicle that carries your entire life. Without it, nothing else matters. One of the most heartbreaking regrets people express involves love. Not loving someone enough, not saying what they felt, or letting ego destroy a relationship. There was a couple named Sarah and Daniel. They were together for 10 years. They loved each other deeply, but over time, small arguments became bigger. Pride replaced understanding. Ego replaced compassion. One night they had a fight, a small one, something insignificant. But neither of them apologized. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Eventually, they separated. Years later, Daniel heard that Sarah had passed away after a sudden illness. At her funeral, he stood silently, unable to say the words he never said. "I'm sorry. I love you." Sometimes relationships don't end because love disappears. They end because ego becomes louder than love. And the tragedy is, people realize this only when it's too late. We live in a world where everyone appears happy online. Perfect vacations, perfect bodies, perfect relationships, perfect lives. But behind those photos, many people feel empty, lonely, disconnected. Social media often shows the highlight reel of life, not the reality. Many young people compare their lives to these illusions. They feel behind. They feel like failures. But here is the truth. Happiness rarely comes from attention. It comes from connection, real conversations, real relationships, real experiences. Likes and followers cannot replace human connection. Researchers studying happiness discovered something fascinating. The happiest people in life rarely say, "I wish I worked more." Instead, they talk about friendship, love, family, meaningful experiences, helping others. The moments that truly matter are often simple: laughing with friends, sharing dinner with family, watching your child grow, walking with someone you love. These are the moments people remember at the end of life. Not promotions, not luxury items, not bank balances, but human connection. If you're young and watching this, you have something incredibly valuable: time. And time is the one thing money cannot buy. So remember these lessons. Call your parents. Spend time with people you love. Take care of your health. Follow your passions. Don't live a life designed by fear, because one day you will look back at your life and ask yourself one question: did I truly live, or did I simply exist? Life is not about collecting money or impressing strangers. It's about collecting moments, moments of love, moments of connection, moments of meaning. So live in a way that when your final day arrives, you won't say, "I wish I lived differently." Instead, you'll say, "I lived fully."